Hello everyone. So till yet we have completed S3 theoretical as well as S3 bucket creation practical also. So let's move more deeper into the S3. In this session we will discuss about S3 versioning as well as lifecycle management theoretically as well as practical demonstration both. Okay. So very first, what is versioning? A bucket version is S3 bucket sub-resource used to protect against accidental deletion or overwrite. Means we are saving some data into S3 bucket, accidentally it can be deleted. So the versioning prime purpose is to protect against accidental deletion of that. Or overwrite means previously we have upload write file, we have write database, but due to mistake some wrong changes there in the file and we write it here again. If versioning is not enabled, then this write file get overwrite with the wrong. So to protect our data in S3 bucket, time function is to protect against accidental deletion or overwrite. And second is used to preserve, retrieve and restore earlier version of every object you store in your S3 bucket. Means you are doing some work on a file, you save it. You do some more changes there, you save here. If versioning is enabled, you can access this version also, you can access this version also, and you can access previous version also. All the versions remain here if versioning is enabled. Hopefully a very simple concept to preserve or to protect our data from the accidental deletion and to keep earlier version also like this. So there can be three states of versioning. One is unversioned, second when we enable the versioning, and third versioning suspended. Once we enabled the versioning, we cannot disable that. We can only suspend that. Got it? Three state unversioned, or when you check, I will show you practically also. When we check, it is in the suspended mode. So it can be either enabled or it can be suspended. Very simple, very common interview question. What is the purpose of versioning? Means to protect our data from accidental deletion. So this is the versioning. I think very simple, nothing complicated here. Okay. In the continuation, I will discuss about the lifecycle management. Then we do the demonstration of both. Lifecycle management allow you how Amazon manage object during their lifetime. You can configure S3 to move data between various storage class on a defined schedule. What does it mean? I save the data in the S3 standard. I'm frequently using that. File. But if I don't use that file for suppose 30 days, what I want, it automatically gets shifted to infrequent access. If again I am not using for 60 days, it automatically goes to Glacier. The prime purpose is cost saving again. Storage class is only for cost saving purpose. Okay. So rather than if a lot of data we have in a bucket, we have lot of data here. It's very difficult for us to keep analyzing one by one all the files. So we create some rules. If I'm not using any one file for more than 30 days, automatically shift it to infrequent access. So it is an automated process for the cost saving purpose. You can configure lifecycle configuration rules such as automatically delete files after a certain period of time. For example, log file that you might only need for a week. So you can configure that. If I'm not using this file, I can delete it. Certain file might only need to be accessed a limited period of time, and then they can be archived. And file kept only for regulatory compliances. Sometime I need it, I don't need it for a longer time. So we should move that file to some cheaper storage class rather than keeping it to the standard or other class. I have shown you all the classes and cost comparison also. So rather than manually selecting the files one by one and then move them to cheaper storage class, we can create lifecycle management rules so that automatically that file goes to some cheaper class if I am not using that particular file for certain period of time. Cost saving, prime purpose cost saving, everything coming with a cost saving. Okay. Benefits, as I have told you, lifecycle management allow you to move your object to a cheaper storage platform as the file get older and less frequently required. If I'm not using that file, just move it to some cheaper class. Hope both versioning and both are clear to you. So these are some rules. You can configure as many as 1000 lifecycle rule per bucket, but please check correct documentation for that. It can be changed anytime. They can increase the limit or they can decrease the limit. You can define a rule for all object or subset of object in a bucket. Either you can define for the entire bucket. By this file should move to by all the files. If I'm not using any of the file in my bucket for a specific period of time, that should move to some cheaper class. Or you can specify a specific object inside the bucket. That only this file, if I'm not using for more than this period, it should move to some another storage class. And finally, you can, I've told you, you can disable the rule temporarily, not permanently. So, okay, now move to practical demonstration. Very simple. First, log into console. I think till that you are familiar with this. Just I will search again. AWS Management Console login. Login into console. Oh, I am already logged in, but perhaps still you're familiar how to log in. With the free tier account, you have created there. Now go to services. You can see you must be very careful about the reason you are creating in every resource you create there. Okay, this. Then go to compute section. Oh, storage section. For S3, you have to go to storage section and click on S3. Either you can start creating the bucket from here, or you can go this right side, left side, and click on buckets. You can see right now I don't have any bucket here. So I think you are very well familiar about this. Create bucket. I will do very fast now. Give any name. Netmind. Netmind. Spell mistake. Okay. You know everything here. Okay. So you know everything about it. We already done this practically. Creating bucket and versioning right now is a disable. Okay, disabled, so we can enable it from here, or I will show you later. Right now it is disabled, no problem. Bucket key enable. Now simply create bucket. Remain everything we will do from once we create the bucket. So good, bucket has been created. Follow the same process till it just I upload any file, add file, upload some special S3 versioning.txt and upload that. It succeeded. So what do you think? Can we access it? What do you say? Can we access it from some other location? I just copy the object URL, and if I put it here and enter, access denied. Why? Why? Because we have to give the permissions. Public access is okay, off, but still we have to create some policies. Edit. I'm going little faster now because we already have done that. Policy generator. S3 policies allow all services, yes, all actions I'm allowing, and here we have to put ARN. ARN is this one, Amazon resource name. Every resource we create have a ARN in AWS. Put here add statement generate policy. Good. Policy has been generated. Copy it and go to policy and paste it here. And I want to allow all stuff. Save changes. Done. Good. Permission has been done. It was saying access denied. Now check. Yes, we can access that file. It can be any text file, that can be any song, MP3, JPG, it can be anything here. Policy are done. Let me close it. So we have created the bucket. Next step, if we go to bucket properties, netmind properties, here is versioning. By default, versioning is disabled. What does it mean disabled? Means if we upload the new file or by mistake we delete this file, that it is showing me here an object S3 versioning. If we delete or upload any modified file here, then this previous file goes. Let me check. Right now it's a 56 KB file. I will upload some file here, that file S3 versioning. Copy, control, change. Keep updating, keep pasting. Yes, save. Again upload that file. Add file. S3 versioning. And upload. So look here. Now it is size has been changed. Mean new updated file has been override the previous file. So if versioning is not enabled, means previous goes. If by mistake I delete it, then I will not get this data back. Check everything practically. Delete object, file gone. Nothing here now. No object in netmind bucket. So if we accidentally delete and versioning is not enabled, then we lost the data. Now what we do? Go to properties. Enable the versioning. You can check here either suspend or enable. I have told you. We enable it and save the changes. Now versioning has been enabled. Now what I do? And upload some data here. Same file I will upload. Add file. Same file I will upload here. (1019.6 KB). Upload. It's a succeed. Reversing, I check it. Copied URL. Just close it and paste it here. We can access it. A longer file. Okay. But if I do some changes here, what I write here, after enable versioning, okay, just keep in mind I have updated this file, just make it file more longer. Just I'm doing all this to make you clear everything. Save it and again upload it. Now versioning is enabled. Keep it in mind. Properties and bucket versioning disabled. What I do? Click enable. Here, bucket versioning enabled. What I do? I upload same file again. Add file. S3 version and upload. Keep all the process in mind. Close. So now you can see one new option come here, show versions. If I open it, it will be a new file. After version. But look here, show versions. When I click on it, and you can see we have the previous version also available there. Previous version is also saved, and you can use any of the file now. Like check show versions. If I take the URL of this file and open it, you can see it is the previous file. Now we have both the versions of that. So after some time I analyze, no, my previous file was okay, new updated file has some problem, so I can download that and can use that file also. Hope versioning is clear. And main thing, by mistake anyone delete it, accidental deletion, look here, click completely delete. So it's saying yeah, delete it. Either somebody do it intentionally or unintentionally. Oh, we lost the file. We lost the file. But when we enable show version here, you can see everything is available. Every file is available, has been removed to some another place. Either we can use this file, or how we can get this file back here, just by deleting this delete marker. If we delete this delete marker file, so the file will be back into the list here. Close. Now check. If I do the enable the versioning, we have back that file. That is the beauty of versioning. Hope now clear to you versioning. Practical demonstration I have shown to you of that. Just by enabling this, you can see here, wherever we create the versioning, we have a version ID also available. But if we upload some data before and after the versioning enable, if we suspend the versioning, when the versioning is suspend condition, then this version ID will be null. But right now versioning is enabled, so it have a proper version ID here. You can check the size. This is an older file. We add some data here, so it is this size of file here right now. So it is a versioning. Next was the lifecycle management. Very simple. I don't want to go for a separate video of that. Go to management. I have discussed to you about life cycle. So when we go to the management section here, versioning was in the property, lifecycle management is in the management. Create lifecycle rule. I know next video we'll go for the replication also. Like right now we have in one area, in one region, we can replicate the same bucket to some another region also for my data reliability. That we will discuss in the next class, no problem. So create life cycle rule. Hope you know about the life cycle, why we do in the life cycle, to move my data from one storage class to some another storage class for the cost saving. Give any rule name, like my rule netmind. Give it any name, no problem in that. Here is one option. Choose role scope. Limit the scope, this rule, using one or more filter, or apply to all the object in the bucket. Means I want to move the data of a specific name, like right now we have S3 file. If we say okay, prefix any file starting with S3, so it will only move the data from one storage class to another having the prefix of S3 file. It will not touch any other file there. Okay, or apply to all the objects. If any file I'm not using, move it, no problem. Move current version, I shows you in the versioning. Move non-current version also. You want to buy a keep, because one thing important I want to discuss with you. We have the different versions. Let's come back. I will come here also again. So show version. Here is the size we upload 1019.6. But we when upload another version, so don't think it is an incremental, that it will take the difference of this. No, 1.19.6 plus this size. You have to pay for both the versions, not one version or differential or incremental, whatever. The difference of this is not 1 point, means 2.40 when we add 1.20.8 and 1.019.6. So you have to pay for the both the sizes. You have to pay the cost for this total size. So what I want, move my previous versions to another class, keep my current version here. The same storage class. So when we go here, you can choose everything. Keep in mind, you have to pay for all the version. If you upload 10 version here, then total size of that 10 version, this size, total size you have to pay whatever it is showing here. So it becomes very costly for us. So with the help of lifecycle management, we can create different rules. Any name you give her, all the objects, acknowledge. So now you have to choose move object current version, non-current version is previous version also. Clear? So you have to choose that. Next, now you have to choose the conditions. Choose storage class transition. Right now we are in the standard. By default we created. I want to move it to the infrequent access. 30. After 30 days, move this data into the infrequent access, intelligent tiering, one zone infrequent access, glacier retrieval, everything we have discussed about the classes. Add one more rule. I want to move to the intelligent tiering. If I'm not using, I want to move to the glacier after 60 days. Okay. So in this way we can create the rule. Like here, it is showing to me 30 days, 60 days. Now it will show you the map of that and create the rule simply. Nothing more you have to do. Life has been created. Entire bucket scope status is enabled. I cannot wait for 30 days here to move the data, but I have shown you how we can create the rule. So this is the lifecycle management that we can do here. So in this video, we have covered about the versioning as well as life cycle management. For more in next video, we will discuss about the replication rules. Okay. In next management, we will discuss about the replication rules. It can be in the same means replicate to copy my data automatically from one bucket to another bucket for my data redundancy, data durability. If in case one side my data get lost, it should be available in some another region also. So hope you understand everything about the versioning and lifecycle management. Practice it, do lot of practice. It's really very interesting topic. And please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe the channel. Thank you.